Hi, beautiful humans. Welcome to this reading. We're taking a look at the next 7 days of your life, your week ahead. Welcome to this channel. This is Do You Tarot. My name is Erica, and I do pick a card readings on this channel. So what I'm doing right now is I'm shuffling this deck, and I'm going to get 3 cards. And I'm tuning into 3 different general and timeless messages, meaning that this reading, we're talking about, whenever you find this video, whenever you click on it, we're talking about your week ahead, like the next 7 days of your life. But okay, this is pick a card, so all I need from you all is to feel your way into which of these 3 cards or which of the 3 groups you feel most drawn to. Once you are aware of that, head to the timestamp, fast forward. There will be messages in that group that resonate for you. Group 1, High Priestess. Group 2, Page of Pentacles. And Group 3, 10 of Cups. Feel your way, timestamp, fast forward. I'll see you there in your messages about what is very useful for you to be aware of about your week ahead. Hi, beautiful humans. In group number 1, you all were drawn to this High Priestess card. So these are your messages about your week ahead. I'm going to get one more card from the same deck, and we're going to take a look at, it is this top one, the overall theme of your week ahead for you. What is the major energy? You have the High Priestess, and we're adding to it the Knight of Cups. And I just heard like seeing the truth of the situation, harmonizing more with your heart, and or I really feel like the heart aspect of another. Honestly, I feel like there's a lot of depth to this if we go there, which this High Priestess card, just the way it visually looks like, is she is gonna go there. Like just the fact that there's like a whole ocean here, and she's like, I can see it. I have the ability to go ahead and like see the depths of a soul or our hearts or my own or yours. Okay, I'm getting a little bit poetically lost in this energy already, but it just really feels as if this is a week where the overall theme of it is touching the heart space and how deep that can go and how much you can gather from doing something like that. And I'm gonna, at this point, I'm shuffling this other deck, and we're gonna look more specifically at events that are likely to occur. But I'm allowing that this has a lot to do with another person or maybe just people in general. This might be you reflecting on the impact of relationships right now, one very significant relationship in your life. But yeah, it's just like, how deep do their emotions go for you or for them, or just a lot to do with the ocean of feelings and being able to visit that. Okay, bottom of the deck, we have the Magician, which is, okay. I mean, like, this is bottom of the deck energy, and it feels as if your week ahead is kind of defined by what you have manifested and now kind of living through it, living with it. I'm getting the energy of like this is more than you expected, or who you are in this current situation or circumstance is different than what you had perceived would be the prospective outcome. Oh my God, you guys are like literally very, very deep. I'm very deep in this for some reason. But yeah, on the bottom of the deck, it really is having me know that you living through this week ahead, the next 7 days, is a journey through your own wish fulfillment in certain kinds of ways, like your own manifestation. Like you wanted this to happen, you wanted it to occur. You engineered it in certain kinds of ways, and when you're in it this week, it's gonna reflect differently than what you had thought, than what you had expected. I keep hearing the words perceived and outcome, but okay, let's take a look at your cards. We have 3 of Wands and we have the Devil. There's just more to the situation at hand as you are living it that's about to come to light. Like I really feel like it's kind of like an unavoidable part of your journey. Oh God. Like I'm thinking those kinds of things that people say, but I can't think of any of those sayings just like perfectly, where it's just like, Sometimes the hardest thing to live through is getting exactly what we want. I'm feeling like you're gonna have a moment in time where you're gonna reflect on that, as in like, wow, like I really wanted to be with this person or hang out in this kind of a situation or have these kinds of friends. And then there'll be a moment this week where you'll realize, okay, it wasn't necessarily what I thought, and I'm gonna feel some stuff about this. Like, what is this saying about me? Why did I want this so badly? I don't know. I have a very specific memory that I feel way too vulnerable to share right now. Just shot into my head where I like wanted something so badly, I thought. And then I actually got it. And then when I got it, I'm like, I don't really want it. I should get more specific. I should just tell you the story, but I don't want to. I'm being very self-protective right now. I don't know why. Maybe you will be this week, and maybe you'll need to have some time to like reflect on things when you feel safe to do so. So maybe in your own solitude, maybe. But yeah, it was just like when I wanted that thing to occur, when I wanted that so badly, I don't think I realized how under pressure from outside forces I was, and how much I was caving into that and not directing my life from a place that really felt pure to me, that felt advantageous to who I am and who I was going for at the time. Yeah, it was just like a physical location that I was manifesting. And then once it arrived, once I got there, I realized that I needed to let it go. Okay, I'm moving on to your next two cards. We have the Hierophant as well as the King of Pentacles. And this feels like quite a lot of reviving. After this, what we just expressed, that is likely to occur where you're just going to be like, oh, no. Like something like that. This Hierophant and the King of Pentacles just feels like a wholehearted, gigantic, and tremendously huge hell yes. Yes, this. It might take some time. Your awareness might need to build over the course of the week to be able to realize this. But this is a really important week for you all. A very important week for you. I feel like course correct and redirection, just monumentally important. And it's just like very stable. Like I don't, hold on. I'm trying to search for the words and they're deep, deep down. I swear, you guys, you're making me go like in the ocean. I'm in the trench. I'm like very deep in the ocean right now. But it just really feels like you're gonna find some kind of a resourced answer, a resourced decision, something that is so solid, so true for you, so value driven, so like you're at bedrock with yourself and you're like, okay, I got it. Here we go. That this is a plan in action. This is a course of action. This is a direction to take that's going to last. You're going to uncover it about your situation or about your frequency or about your vibration or yourself this week. And you're going to be like, wow, yeah, that's it. That's what I want to resource. That's the redirect. This is where it stands inside of me. This is the need that I have that needs to be met. The Magician card on the bottom of the deck, I really feel like what we're talking about right here with these two cards is that you're like, okay, I understand. Like, I feel like both these events, this one is going to show you like, you know, who you were when you were manifesting. And then this one is going to show you, oh, like now I see me. Now I have me. Now I know truth. Now I have those foundations to build from. Whereas before, I think you might have been manifesting from, again, with this Devil card, something from, you know, outside pressures rather than internal truth. Ooh, okay. I like the way my hands just did that. And then this. Okay. Your last two of these cards, we have the Hanged Man as well as the Seven of Swords. And I feel like clearing energy, cleaning, literal physical cleaning, if that's a part of it. Like you might be actually like, I know we're talking really deep. I can't get away from it. The High Priestess is right here. You guys are making me do it. We're being very deep about this, but you guys might be moving house or something like that, or moving physical location. like changing your car or your vehicle. And I feel like cleaning might be like something that you'll have to do. But honestly, take note of it because it has the charge of being kind of like a deeply healing or spiritual kind of experience. To clean something, I feel like go slowly with this, pay attention. Seems like something so simple, like what I see you all doing here, something as simple as cleaning out a room. But I feel you all maybe like needing to bring out your journal and journal about what it means to you to do something like that. I feel it being a very deep and meaningful experience about clearing, about cleansing, about cleaning. It feels like anything that might be manipulative, anything that might be coercive, anything that might be toxic or just harmful or addictive or kind of tragic to you is what you're actually cleaning out by doing a physical act of dusting, mopping, sweeping, maybe like I'm hearing the word caulking, or like, you know, when there are cracks in the drywall, you fill them and then you paint over them. Just feels kind of really monumentally important. Again, the overall theme is like that depth of the heart space and really going there and discovering it about yourself and somebody else maybe. Okay, we're getting 2 more cards from this deck and we're gonna see what will help you with conflicts. What's gonna help you with challenges this week? Where can you turn to and lean on? What are resources for you? We have, yep, winter, take care of your needs. Take time, go slower. Didn't I say something about like, you might need to be in solitude to reflect or something like that? I feel like this is a week where not a whole lot needs to occur because so fucking much is occurring. You ever have weeks like that? It took me a really long time to learn this lesson. Like like I have weeks where I'm just like slow and I can't get up off the couch or something like that. But I've been doing this kind of intuitive, you know, self-healing, you know, shadow work for such a long period of time that oftentimes I really realize that during those weeks when I can't get anything productive done, you know, I can't record these videos for YouTube or something like that. What I'm actually doing is so much of this High Priestess Knight of Cups work. So much of exactly what we're talking about. You are going to be extremely busy this week. It's just not necessarily going to look like it on the outside. You're going to be very, very, very busy on the inside. So pay attention to what that requires. Those kinds of things that work like that requires. For me, I'll offer this because this is like what will help you in challenges and conflict. For me, it requires time. I need to slow down and expand time. I cannot rush, you know. Second thing is it requires safe space. Like I literally sometimes physically kind of just need to know that I'm safe to cry my eyes out if I have to, you know. And the third thing, another thing that might help is people, the relationships that you know are those places. You know, you can talk about your situation with. This might be people on the other side. This might be your guides. Anyone, anything, plants, animals, your favorite stuffed animal. Yeah. Number one thing is do what you have to do to take care of those needs that are inside of you, that are speaking very loudly, very clearly, very efficiently, very strongly this week. Honestly, again, I have to repeat, this is a monumentally busy week for you. And on the outside, it might look like winter where no shit is happening at all. On the inside, you are so busy, so busy. And then your second card, Direction Guardian, choose your path. I really feel like you already know this, but in the end, it's going to need to be coming from you, through you, what you choose, what are your choices, what are your decisions. I feel like this Knight of Cups, we're referencing somebody else. We're talking about somebody else on your journey. This could be your children, your parents, your family, a lover, anybody. It's just like you might be wanting their answers about your situation. You might genuinely be needing them to know which way to go or something like that. But when you're experiencing conflicts or challenges or confusion with that other in your situation, this Direction Guardian is like, still touch ground and do that work with yourself so that you know what your answer is. Like no matter what, there's something very useful. I think it was Teal Swan. It usually is something very useful. She's a great relationships teacher and I suck at relationships. So I need it. Yeah, there was something so useful that she said, I think it was her, that was something along the lines of, take the person who you're in a connection with, any kind of connection, any person. And like, there's something about, if they stay the same and they never change at all, would you still want to, be there? Would you still want to engage with them? Would you still be compatible? And that was a huge thing. It was because I think I have codependent tendencies, so I just kind of want to heal or fix everybody rather than myself. We're all learning this direction. Guardian is something like that, or like in that moment where you're waiting on the other to see if they evolve or see if you have impacted them or to see what they're gonna want or say. It's still about, if they never change at all, if they never give you an answer even, if they're always, going in that same or similar direction, who are you? Maybe that's why it's the High Priestess as such a strong major arcana energy. And then we have the Knight of Cups as something that might be visiting the High Priestess or consulting with the High Priestess, wanting to blossom as well. It almost feels like maybe the other in your situation is kind of regarding you higher than what you expect them to. And in a lot of ways, they might be relying on you to give the direction more than you think they are. You might be sitting there thinking that they're the ones who you need direction from so that you can move forward, together or collaboratively, but really it's you. It's you to step into that kind of a leader role, whether you are a natural born leader or not. I guess we all are personal leaders of ourselves. Oh my God, I'm so deep in your reading. I'm so deep. Okay, we're in the ocean. Yeah, that's what it feels like when you're having those kinds of conflicts. Consult with self. If they never change, still, what are you gonna do? Ooh, independence and freedom. Okay, your last two cards, we have circles. Clarity begins in the eye of the storm. It's so funny because this card in this deck, it always struck me as the image didn't seem to make sense for the what it says. It confused me. I'm like, why do these people look happy? And it's talking about a storm. And it's like a circle, which is like a healthy feminine thing. I was just like, it confused the crap out of me. So again, I'm feeling confusion energy in your week ahead. I'm feeling like the happiness of others might signify to you your unhappiness. And so that might be conflicting as fuck. Really confusing. But again, this is a week for clarity. This is a week for that pause in the winter storm to self-direct, to realize what's possible for you right now, to manifest differently from the inner blossoming. This looks like a bodhisattva or something like that. I don't know what that is. I don't know why I just said that word, but blossoming out of the lotus flower, this Knight of Cups, that's you, that's the other person. Recognize the reflection. There are no others, that kind of a thing. You play your own heartstrings. You manifest from the blossoming flower of yourself. You're setting the course for other people to do so as well. Okay, and then presence of absence. Hold what is absent in the presence of your love. That hurts for some reason. That hurts my heart. I feel like we didn't even discuss anything remotely close. Oh, we did. I'm lost in the waters, by the way, at this point in your reading. We're done after this card, but yeah, just look at the room. Look at the room and remember what I was saying about clearing and cleaning, whether this is your physical body, whether this is your heart space, your mind, your car, a room in your house, a physical location. It just really feels like there's an emptying out. Like, look, there's nothing but these pictures, memories to hold. Otherwise, it's time to leave. It's time to clean it all out. It's time to clear it all out. You no longer are there. There's very little light coming in this room as well. It's just like, we're done with this. We're done with this visit. Arguably, at the end of the week, give yourself permission to go ahead and be like, okay, I'm done with visiting the abyss. You'll know like I'm done with swimming in the deep dark of the ocean to discover these things. By the end of the week, you'll have a bit more clarity, a lot more, especially with this Hierophant and King of Pentacles, about what to do moving forward. And so then you can go ahead and leave like the dark room that you kind of needed maybe to take care of your own needs. Winter, to discover how, you know, influences have been having you manifest something that you didn't truly want and what you truly do want. Okay, I'm done. Wow, you guys are deep and I like it. I like it. I don't know, I get nervous visiting this with you guys. I go there. Okay, yeah, if this reading has helped, you know, let me know in the comments, thumbs up, subscribe, all those beautiful things. Also check out the links that I have in the description of this video for tarot offerings, sending you on your way. Please remember, we are all free and we are also all connected always at the exact same time. Love you. Hi, beautiful humans in group number 2. You were drawn to the Page of Pentacles card. So these are your messages about your week ahead, the next 7 days. I'm grabbing another card from that same deck and we're gonna see what's the overall energy, the main theme of your week ahead for you. Okay, Page of Pentacles into Empress. I'm feeling the energy. I just got really excited and really positive, and I'm feeling this like getting going, getting started on really cool stuff, like really beneficial projects, stuff that you really like doing, stuff that sings to your heart space and like you really thrive in doing. Like you're a good fit for doing stuff like that, and it's a great place for you to be. Great people for you to be around. It feels like this might be planning stages. It does feel like getting started, but it's exciting and I feel very optimistic. Reading into this energy. Okay, I'm gonna shuffle this other deck and we'll get some cards from this to see a bit more about this specifically. But both of these energies, like this Page of Pentacles, it's very pure, very innocent about what's possible, maybe recognizing what's needed, not fully at the action stages necessarily, but certainly like discussing it, talking about it, researching it. And then this Empress, if you see, she's got like this, there's a fetus. And then there's just like, she's placing a crown over the fetus's head. This is very important for you to do. It's very exciting. It matters a whole lot. Like it's a project that you want to, I don't know. I feel too much talking about birthing and conceiving words. Yeah, but no, it's something that you, okay, forgive this, but you want to get pregnant with and you like being pregnant on. And it's just a matter of like, okay, now that we're actually doing this, what do we need? What do we need to get going together on? For some reason, I feel this being collaborative more than just you know, on your own doing something. I feel like there are many people involved. But okay, let's take a look at your cards. We're going to look more specifically. Look at that. 2 of Pentacles is on the bottom of the deck. There are definitely more than one person involved. That wasn't correct for a tense. There are definitely more than one. I don't know. I got lost in that. A little confusing. Yeah, 2 of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. It feels like weighing your priorities with other, like what's important to you, what's important to them. This is genuinely another person, also like a business or a physical space, like what's important for the physical space. Like if you're building a house or you're refurbishing a room or something like that, there are certain things to take into account, like that room or that house actually needs. Like I'm trying to think of examples, but I've never built a house. Like as in like, in order for like, you know, insulation or you need to use a material that can like, you know, weather. I'm so bad at this. You guys know, like the house has needs as well as you know, on the inside of that room that you're building, you're going to need like paint that makes you feel good. On the outside, you're going to need to use materials that can handle storms and cold weather or something like that. Okay, regardless, let's look more specifically. Like 2 of Pentacles lets me know that you've already, like, you know, adapted to something or someone. You've already had these kinds of conversations. You're already doing those kinds of checks and balances. You're already weighing these priorities. collaboratively, connectedly. Okay, we have the Page of Cups as well as the Nine of Cups, and we also have the Nine of Swords. I'm hearing this energy of worry over discussing this with someone. I'm thinking you might have several ideas, and or you also might be aware of a whole lot of genuine worry about what's possible, about your ideals and your values mixing with theirs. And I feel these being conversations that you might be tentative to, I'm hearing the word approach and broach, like broach the topic. Like Page of Pentacles in some of my decks, in some of the books, like, you know, the guidebooks for a tarot deck, it talks about how Page of Pentacles is a very kind of pregnant energy. And it's that compulsion to create something in the physical that would help host the birth of whatever you are pregnant with. Again, we're still going with that whole metaphor, but it's just like, I feel this being conversations. Nine of Swords can be a very, very healthy energy of like anxiety, caution, worry, thoughts being directed toward what you need to be aware of because this might be harm or danger. These are fears to pay attention to. I feel you all having these, being nervous to express them, especially as they relate to your personal needs and your boundaries. It might be a kind of a nerve-wracking thing to express to somebody, this would make me personally very happy. Because maybe when you've shared things like that collaboratively in the past, it conflicted with the person who you were trying to collaborate with. It conflicted with what would make them happy, their values. Like you're like, I really love vegan food. And they're like, oh yeah, I'm on a carnivore diet. You know, and then it's just like, oh, where do we eat? You know, that kind of stuff. Yeah, but these are important things to bring up, and I see you all bringing them up. I see it happening tentatively, maybe innocently, maybe with a whole lot of nervousness, and you might need a bit of coaxing to bring that out of you. But it's very important to address these kinds of things, to address these fears. I really feel like this is nest building energy. But okay, your next two cards. We have Five of Wands and the World card. There's something specific here. I'm hearing the words putting conflict to rest, but it's strange. You know, okay. What it is literally like placing it in a jar until a later time, until a later date. Like the World card is sort of like, not this week. We're not going there this week. I don't know why. Honestly, I kind of want to pull a million more cards to explore this a little bit more, but let's just say that for this week, there's something about maybe a continuous conflict that is sort of ever present in your life, or it's been going on for a really long time. This can be the conflict with you and yourself when you look in the mirror and you're like, I judge me, and you're supposed to love yourself, and you know, perpetual conflict. But also, I really feel like this might be something very real in your lives that is ongoing, that this week is not the week to solve it. This week is not the week to resolve it. If anything, this kind of energy kind of literally needs to be placed into a jar, put on your altar or your shelf, and just be like, we will get to you in a minute. Later. This week is about building, and there's something about this energy is about resolving. And in order to resolve this conflict situation that you got going on, you actively kind of need to build yourselves up. You kind of need to take into account of this conflict might be resolved a whole lot better and a whole lot easier in the future if I am better resourced, I have more solid stability in my life in terms of relationships, the practicality of finances, you know, a stable living situation so that I can birth projects or, you know, something that I'm very excited about. It honestly feels like the work that you will do in this kind of area of your life is literally serving this conflict better. It's just directly addressing the conflict this week is not the best way to go about it. It's like the direct, looking at it and dealing with it immediately. Let's put that on a shelf, because coming back to it after this week, like in the weeks to come or the months to come, you'll be able to have whatever this is going as well. And it feels like you're going to be able to better represent yourself. You'll have more confidence, more stability, more money, more love. Yeah, so it's just like, this stays in its jar. I love how there are these leaves, and it's making me think of literally when I would put caterpillars into boxes and buckets and give them a twig and a leaf and be like, survive. Like when I was a kid in the backyard, I'd be like, this is your new home. It's just sort of like you give it a little bit of like, food. Like you're not ignoring the conflict, you're not denying it, you're not gaslighting yourself or ghosting anything. You're just like, this week I can't. Okay, your last two cards, we have 3 of Cups and 3 of Swords. This feels so good, and it feels like why your whole week is happening. I kind of wanted to say why your whole week is expanding. You have very expanding energy in you this week, and it feels like it's going to be monumentally healing, most especially through relationships, whether it is a co-parenting, a partnership, or a collaborative, energetic kind of creative project, whatever, or literally just having friends and loving them. It just really feels like there's something that you're going to experience socially as a result of this kind of, expansive building kind of energy that is really going to be very heart healing. It's almost like what they say about how you can't really fully heal from a past experience that was severely traumatizing until you find yourself in a scenario, a situation, an environment, or with a person who is literally kind of the exact opposite of that past traumatizing experience. What I feel like this 3 of Cups and these 3 of Swords is if you pay attention, I do like how it's the Empress, which is the 3 of Cups, 3 of Swords. If you pay attention, 3, it's a very strong number. You'll have the ability to be aware of how good it feels, or how you're on that path, or you're in one of those kinds of situations. You're in that environment. Like, I almost feel like you're receiving these messages so that you can take that pause in the moment and reflect and realize this is something totally different. Like, this is nice. This is that experience that's very different from what I've known in the past. And it almost feels like in that moment in time, you can almost like visually or like, psychically like take one of those swords out of your heart and just kind of let it fall to the ground. That's so nice. It feels so nice. It feels like a very nice, socially provided for kind of experience for you all to help you realize this is new. I'm on the brink of something great. I am on the journey toward healing. But okay, hold on a second. I dropped a card. I just shuffled and I got 2 cards, and these are gonna show us what will help you in challenges and conflict. What resources will you have available for you this week? We have this spring. See your seeds grow. And I'm hearing the energy of staying grounded while this happens. Staying grounded, staying real, staying in your body, in your physical whole reality of you living as you, group 2. You are here, you are human, you are alive. Yes, you are, stardust and a spirit having a physical experience, but remember, you are having a physical experience. And I feel like a lot is going to occur kind of monumentally, moment to moment, inside of yourself that you need to pay attention to, especially when you're feeling things like this, like over here, that nervousness. I feel like if you regard yourself with a certain amount of authority or a certain amount of like posterity or prosperity, or like you're good, you're wise, you're smart, allow those things to be true. And then when you experience things that are like having you clench up or be nervous or something like that, it feels like a very important thing to do is to pay attention to maybe your physical self. What are you feeling inside of your body? What is that telling you? Is it wise to be nervous? Is it wise to have anxiety? Is it wise to have caution? Allow that it is, and see what happens when you have the courage, to kind of share it with somebody or to allow it to unfold in your reality. Feels like that's kind of something like I don't know, feels like a tool or a mechanism. Like, I kind of keep wanting to say get yourself out of the mind brain and get yourself much more into the body brains, like the brains that we have inside of our gut, the brain that, you know, our heart brain. I love to talk about the sacral chakra brain, you know, instead of saying the penis brain. Like, you know how we're like, oh, his brain isn't his penis. Yeah, no, I mean, it's another brain. Yeah, it just feels like being in the body more, being very physically here and now might be something so gracious for you to experience and be aware of, and really help you kind of unlock a certain amount of like technology or wisdom or a mechanism or a tool for you to use. Okay, and then your second card, wow, this came out for group 1 as well. Something in the collective this week. You have spring and winter. Take care of your needs. I feel like there are tools that you've already collected while going through what you have gone through. The 3 of Swords, I mean, you've had heartache, you've had heart hurt. The 5 of Wands, there is a conflict that's a perpetual tax on your nervous system, constantly living under that stress that needs to be resolved. While you've been living your life up to this week, you have learned a thing or two that are useful, helpful things, useful, helpful people, like a great practitioner, or a great therapist, or a great healer, or really good friend. You know, also you might have all of your things that you do to, like, you know, breath work or mediumship or meditate, anything. Use those tools, use those resources. You know what they are. They've guided you up to this gorgeous, beautiful point of visiting your springtime now. You learned during that personal winter. Keep using those things. They are revitalizing. They are of benefit to you this week. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and get your last 2 cards before sending you on your way. We have, oh God, I needed that. I needed to take that nice, relaxing breath. Okay. Melting mask. This is so nice. Allow your spirit self to shine through the many roles you fulfill. Isn't that interesting how I felt drawn to say that thing about like we're a spirit in a flesh suit, having a physical experience. You're in the flesh suit. Don't forget that. It's really cool and really fun to, like, you know, be the spirit and, like, you know, leave the body, astral project, all that kind of stuff, dream, all that kind of, like, be very much in that state. This is a week for very much so being in the body and allowing, like, your spirit to, like, kind of emanate from your physical presence on earth. I hope that makes sense. I don't think I have to clarify that anymore. This is literally a week for you grounding, for you becoming more substantial, for you becoming more physical in your physical reality. And then your last card, women supporting women. Together we can transcend our individual limitations. If it's all right, I don't want to necessarily gender this. I mean, maybe we're talking about feminine energy. This is number 22, which I always associate with that strong feminine guidance force inside of us all, just because, you know, 2 major arcana, high priestess, blah. And it's like doubling down on that. But I did talk about, like, you know, friends, this 3 of cups. It doesn't have to be a woman. There's just a strong feminine force, the Page of Pentacles, the Empress card that's going through you this week. And it's collaborative, it's connected, it's together. This might literally be something that you're working on with other women, genuinely the women in your world or the women in your life. But this is a week about how together, literally, you both or you all can do a whole lot more. Literally every word on this card. I mean, this conflict that we put on a jar on our shelf or on our ritual altar or something like that, it's through what you're building that you'll better be able to transcend the limitation of this conflict. And it's through this emotional support kind of social situation that the 3 of Cups is talking about that you'll be able to transcend the limitations of the traumatization of your past by experiencing the polar opposite and taking that sword out of your heart, you know? And the limitations of our nervousness and our mind and how we tend to judge ourselves for all of the various emotions and thoughts that we have. Okay, that's enough. Oh my God, I really like this. Obviously. This feels really nice. I feel like I want to keep going for you all, but that's it. That's your cards. That's your week ahead. Hopefully these cards and I have prepared you well and you're ready. If so, give this a thumbs up, click on that subscribe button, comment below and connect with me. Also check out the links in the description of this video. I have some tarot offerings. I'm sending you on your way though. Please remember we are all free and we are also all connected always at the exact same time. I love you. Hi, beautiful humans. In group number 3, you were drawn to the 10 of Cups card. So these are your messages about your week ahead. I'm gonna get one more card from that same deck and oh, I want that card that just flipped its way. You know what? If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. A card just almost flipped its way out. And I kind of wanted it, and I think it was the 10 of Pentacles. I'm just gonna allow, okay. I don't think I've finished a single sentence that I've started in the last 30 seconds. Okay, this is your overall theme of the week, like the major energies you'll be dealing with. And what I was sensing is that I just sort of saw the 10 of Pentacles, which would have been really cool to put the 10 of Pentacles right next to the 10 of Cups, and then it would have been like, holy shit, look at that. What I did though instead was I trusted in, you know, the quantum mechanics of tarot reading and like if it's meant to be, it'll come out or whatever. So let's see what your card is. It's the 10 of Wands. Okay, the overall energy of the week ahead is you've got your eyes on the prize, so to speak. It's right ahead. It's on the road ahead after this week. It's coming. Like ultimate fulfillment, being well set up, you know, sustainability, things going very well for you in a lot of ways, like relationships, resources, that kind of stuff. But your week ahead is defined by the challenges of you needing to do too much in order to fulfill that outcome. You're bearing too much of the load. You're carrying too heavy of a burden. And at this point in time, in order to reach this kind of, you know, ultimate happiness kind of fulfillment thing, you're gonna need to pay attention to where you need to resource yourself a whole lot more fruitfully or beneficially, which means leaning on others to assist you, support you, and help you. I love this 10 of Wands card. I've actually stared at it and like almost contemplated and meditated on it for a whole lot because it almost looks like this woman, her back is burdened by all of these flowers. And she's standing in a tulip field. And I've looked and I've seen like, what does she already have on her back? And it's every other kind of flower aside from this one tulip that she's already collected. And she's like there to collect another tulip. And she's like, I just can't carry anymore. And it feels to me, it almost feels to me as if these are like burdens that other people have assigned her and somebody told her to go get tulips too. And she's just like, I can't. Also, what came to me while I was meditating on this card is that tulips are the thing that, like, at the end of the day, they're the things that she likes. They're her personal projects. They're the things that make her heart sing. They're her self-care, her self-love practices. And she doesn't have time for them because everybody else is asking for everything else. It's kind of like that lesson of you have to fill your cup up. You have to put your mask on first before you save your children in the crashing airplane. Yeah, it's kind of that thing of like, your inner world and your inner life needs to be fed a whole lot more. Let's get more specific with these cards because I feel like this is a bit of a tragedy that needs to be taken into account, like almost directly as it pertains to where your that's funny, 9 of Pentacles, where your resources are coming from. Like who is helping you and who are you relying on and how is money flowing to you, through you, out of you. Yeah, I just feel like you need more time. You need more space. You need less anxious putting stuff on top of you. Bottom of the deck is 3 of Cups, and I feel you getting along well with others is building this week. building this week ahead for you. We're talking about relationships that have a standard of you getting along well with others. And that's part of what's, really emotionally fulfilling right now. But one of the things that this week is about to show you is, the burdens that you carry in order to be able to do that. This might be some harsh medicine, Let's take like Mary Poppins, spoonful of sugar will help this thing go down. It just feels like you give a lot without realizing that you give a lot. And that's kind of the foundations of what's making these things so fulfilling right now. And if you actually have to pull away, then maybe these relationships won't be able to withstand your withdrawal. And in a lot of ways, your withdrawal is kind of necessary for moving forward financially, I feel like. Whatever we're dealing with in your financial world, like, do you want to pursue some kind of career that's very meaningful to you? You're going to have to receive that kind of financial support in order to make those shifts, those adjustments. Let's see, more specifically, we have the 4 of Wands and the 4 of Swords. Okay. I'm feeling this like, okay, too many things came to me all at once. This is genuinely in regards to your stability, and I'm feeling like you peacefully going about your day, peacefully having that support that you already do have, peacefully engaging with the wisdom that you share with other people. I feel like that's going to be happening a lot this week, while at the same time, there's kind of this burning light, burning heart, burning fortitude, burning strength inside of you that wants to be included into this whole peaceful mix as well. I see this 4 of Wands represented by these crystals, and there's this one crystal that has this amber color to it. And it's just kind of off there to the side, kind of like these tulips. Like at the end of the day, after you've fulfilled all your tasks, do you actually get to take care of the thing that burns inside of you, that you love and you heart, you want, you thrive with? Where's your oxygen? Just feels like both are happening simultaneously, because both are a part of what's supporting you right now. You got the relationships. There's no trauma or hassle or hazard with them this week in terms of like, so far, no explosion. You want to keep the peace, and they do as well. While at the same time, I just feel this polar, this draw, or this inclusion necessity. Like this is necessary. This crystal, this wand over here has to be included with everybody else's. You have to have the time in your day to be able to draw to you the tulips that you require, because it's a part of your existence, it's a part of your fulfillment, it's a part of your wholeness of who you are. You love doing that. You love being a part of that. You need to take part in it. Yeah, I just kind of feel like this is kind of the whole week is like kind of moving along like that, like kind of like a gentle awareness, or a kind of like a monumental shakeup that starts from inside of you and addressing it without it being a blaming kind of a thing. It's nobody's fault here. I'm feeling like channeling it might be your fault if you continue to ignore that it's necessary to include the tulips. Okay, let's see a bit more about this. We have the 9 of Pentacles, and we also have the Chariot, and here you go. This feels like action that you're taking. This feels like a decision that you have made, arguably that you might have made already, and these are the actions that you take to go ahead and move forward with it. Chariot card is, an emotionally driven kind of energy. There are things that are very emotionally meaningful to you right now. 10 of Cups, 3 of Cups. You've got beautiful relationships of people who you really, really love, and you want to continue with those things. There are also those things that are resource driven, finances, your career, your work, your living situation, that have to be fulfilling. Like it might not translate to the other people. The other people clearly like other kinds of flowers. You're the one who likes tulips. I just really feel like you already know you're going to have to do it. I feel like you might have already made some decisions. This is a bit of course correct. This is a bit of redirection, and this is a bit of determination on your part to take some action this week, to go in those directions, to go to that destination, to do what you know you need to do. To have that kind of a hassling conversation with your partner or your loved ones and say, this is kind of a non-negotiable. Like, I feel you all saying, like, I'm sorry, I don't mean to have to do this, but I need you to be aware of it. I need you to understand. I have to be like capable of doing this. I have to be allowed to do this. And I'm going to need this kind of support in order to continue with this. Again, it was the 10 of Pentacles that I saw that I was going to get. And then I was like, you know what? We'll see if it comes out yet. And it hasn't come out yet for you this week. It's not fully there. You're going to need to kind of take some motivational charge. The Chariot card always asks us the question of where do you want to head and in what direction? Like what way do you want to go? What course do you want to take to get there? This is you. You are in charge. You are empowered. You are kind of emotionally fulfilled in order to redirect yourself there. But it's you. 9 of Pentacles is an independent material world, health-wise, financial decision or financial situation. You kind of literally have to do this for you. You have to have the tulips. You have to have the time and the space in your day and the energy to be able to get the fucking tulips. Okay, in your last of these 2 cards, we have the World as well as this. Oh. Okay, the World as well as the 6 of Wands. And look at how included that amber gem is. And everything is so shining and happy and communal. 6 of Wands does speak of earned success and victories that are acknowledged by others. People are happy that you are winning. People are happy that you are succeeding. The World card shows me that toward the end of the week, you're going to have some kind of a communal experience. I'm just going to leave it at that. Communal might mean you and your partner, you and your husband or wife or spouse or something like that. You and your family, you and your kids, you and your pets. Communal. Some kind of a communal experience that draws this whole barrier to a conclusion, to a close. This feels like this energy of like you set a course in action and you create the new schedule, you state what needs to be there in order for you to succeed and that your success is a necessary requirement. And what I feel like is by the end of the week, that strategy succeeds. It's like you set your family on like a new tone. You reorganize the weekly schedule for everyone and you get going on it and it actually feels really fucking good. And by the end of the week, you do have, let's allow that you have that like, I'm going to say you have that time and you have the awareness that that time will be there sustainably in the future to pursue your tulips, to gather your tulips, to do you, to recover, to reflect, to recuperate, to redesign your world. This feels like the power is in your hands and you literally need it to be almost logically because your power positively reflects on other people's in your situation right now and it positively impacts their world and their life. It really feels like your win is their win. Your victory is their accomplishment and success as well. And it feels like you have people in your life right now where if they are draining you, that'll actually hurt them to know that. I really feel like this kind of information, which is why we have the 4 of Wands and the 4 of Swords here, it really feels like who you're engaging with, it actually hurts them to have to realize that they're not supporting you well. It hurts them to realize that they're putting all of these flowers on top of you and you're like, but I want the tulips. And you're choosing to carry those things and like, just feels like these might be challenging conversations, but you have people or a person who's like, no, I don't want to do that to you. That's why 4 of Swords, it's like, there's no battle. There's peace. Everybody wants peace in this situation. By the end of the week, there'll be some sort of like concluding factors available in your reality to where that peace is the thing that's moving everything forward toward, you know, financial success or whatever it is in your physical reality. I'm repeating myself, but it felt really important to simply say that you have a person or several people in your life right now that are just so like in love with you, you know, kind of energies. Can be work, co-workers or whatever. Love is all everywhere. I say I love you to everything and everyone all the time. I say I love you to you guys at the end of every reading and I mean it. You have people who love you right now to where when you say these kinds of things that you need to be able to gather the tulips, they're going to feel bad. They're going to be like, no, yeah, we do have to do this. And I'm sorry, I didn't realize that. And I really don't want to keep doing this. Let's figure this out together. Shit, that feels so good. Okay. I have 2 cards here. And they're going to show us what will help you all with challenges and conflict. Basically, what resources will you have available for you this week to help you through those kinds of things. Oh my fuck. Okay, this is definitely something in the collective, you guys. This has come out, despite my shuffling, this has come out for all three groups. Those of you who watch more than one group, this is like doubling down on this energy. Winter, take care of your needs. For every group, it kind of looked at a different side of this, but genuinely, this is talking about the necessity that we've been discussing this entire time, as well as the recognition that the other people, the other, the parts of your 10 of Cups, your family, your emotionally fulfilling success with relationships, the 3 of Cups, your friend group, oh God, I'm just looking at the bottom of that. Okay. I've dug a little bit. Yeah. Like who you've built in terms of quality relationships right now, they're going to want to take care of your needs also. Rely on that. When you might be having some kind of authoritative, nerve-wracking conversations with them, when they are saying that they're sorry, trust in that. Don't be so quick to just kind of be like, it's okay, it's okay. Like trust in the reality of you need to be able to receive their apology because they actually genuinely want to give it to you. So don't brush it off. Don't reject it. Allow yourself to receive something like that. Also, I want to say okay. It just doesn't feel like it's necessarily applied, but something that came up in the other groups with this card is you have a lot of techniques right now that you might have gained through going through personal winters, like meditation or taking a pause for personal reflection, journaling, things like that. Make use of those techniques this week because it might really help you out. But yeah, it feels really strong that this card is saying trust that the other people want to take care of your needs as well, and trust that that is the most prominent thing or objective to do this week, because we want that 10 of Pentacles to show up in the future. 10 of Pentacles, not the 10 of Wands. You need the tulips. Ooh, okay, and then High Priest, intend and create. It is wise to set your course of action toward your intentions, who you are, and what you are choosing to create right now in your life. I almost want to say in your lifetime and in your time span. I'm going to allow, because there's kind of an intense energy in this card right now, I'm going to allow that this is resetting kind of karmic balances. I'm going to allow that this week is actually really important. Like on a big picture kind of a thing, like healing generational patterns. I'm literally allowing that the stuff that you do this week, it might seem small, it might seem personal, it might seem maybe a little too self-aware or something like that, but no, it's actually really big. I don't know, it just feels like what you're going to be doing this week and taking part in is kind of like healing trauma. Maybe for the collective. That winter card, we're all feeling that. Yeah. So like, I feel like this High Priest is kind of like I want to say begging, but that feels like too human of a word. This High Priest is like strongly, lovingly encouraging, really opening up to try to support you to be able to realize how important it is what you are doing this week, how important it is to take care of your needs, how important it is to be surrounded by people who you're in connection with, relationships that will help you be able to do things like that, that will win when you win, that will celebrate your victories because they are their victories as well. It's big. And I feel like you might have some help in your ancestors if you want. If you are a person who touches base with them every once in a while, say, hey, ancestors, they're in your blood, in your DNA. This might be a week where they might really, really help you have some kind of a big picture perspective or some kind of an awareness of the importance of your fortitude and your journey and your path ahead. This is so strong. This is so cool. Okay, your last 2 cards, we have Key to Intimacy. Has the number 21, which is the World card. Anyway, intimate love is a core need to be met in relation to ourselves and those closest to us. The journey to intimacy often includes learning what love is not. That's your week. That's your week. the 10 of Wands kind of a thing is you doing things in your life, your partnerships, or in your work life that is not love. I mean, like, it might be, you know, you're carrying the burden for others, but what I feel like you're going to realize is that the others don't really want you to do that. They might not have realized that it was so much work for you to be doing things like that, to be carrying that heavy of a load and denial of self. They don't want to do that. So this week is helping you. It's a key to intimacy. It's a key to furthering these deep connections and this love. It's a key toward understanding. This is a beautiful, beautiful, monumental week. And here we go, the unknown. Knowing the unknown. Oh my God, I love this card. Every time I see it, it looks different. It feels different to me. And even the words, I'm like, are these the same words that were on here before? Again, with this high priest, we are capable of so much more reflection and information and connection and, you know, sharing than what we allow. And I know you all probably know that. I mean, you can talk with your ancestors. I'm a tarot reader, so I mean, like, I'm kind of a resource that makes myself available to be able to help you guys do that. But it's I swear at this point in time, I have to say it's real. You can feel what other people are feeling, and you can perceive a whole lot that goes unsaid, and they can as well. This card is evoking the energy of a mystery school. Like, what's possible through intuition, what's possible through hypersensitivity and psychic awareness, what's possible through visiting the other side of the veil, and how much our descendants or our ancestors are literally always with us. Just gonna leave that there. Jesus, y'all are deep. So was group 1. Okay, I'm done. That's what I have for you guys. I almost want to say this is what you have for us all. I really like you. You guys are cool. Okay, if this reading has helped you for your week ahead, give it a thumbs up, click on the subscribe, comment below. Also, check out the links in the description of this video. I have some tarot offerings for you guys. I am sending you on your way. Please remember, we are all free, and we are also all connected always at the exact same time. I love you. Hello, lovely ones. These are the decks that I use in this reading. I like to show them to you all just in case you guys are curious, but I'm showing them to you in the order that I use them in, with this one being the last one that I used. But okay, I love you guys. Please enjoy your weeks ahead. Be strong, be beautiful. I know you are.